Alright guys, we're back with a new form of video. This is the English Premier League fantasy game. This is a little bit late, kind of last minute. Decided, you know what, I am a bit of a Premier League fan. I'll watch the games, I'll go for Man City. I know, scum of the earth, it's fine. But yeah, I thought, why not give this a shot this year with Supercoach not going exactly the way I wanted it to. Kind of just a lot of injuries. This will help take my mind off of it. So yeah, let's get into the team and I'll kind of explain why I selected certain guys. First, at goalkeeper, we have Sanchez. He's pretty much the carbon copy pick for everyone this year. He should play all of the games. He has a pretty good fixture at the start. Looking at one, maybe two games where it's probably going to give up a couple of goals, but Brighton, they look alright to start the season. So, yeah, I think Sanchez is kind of the shoe-in for every team. Maybe some people would go as high as like a De Gea, but yeah, I wouldn't go any higher than that. I think Sanchez he's going to do the job for most people. Next, we have the back line. As you can see, I've already got it on screen. I'm running the 4-4-2. So I think it is very viable to run 3-4-3. In fact, I had that for a long time. It's just I kind of want to fit in an extra midfielder. And I don't think the options for lower priced defenders are that bad. I think they're actually pretty good. We'll start with another guy that's probably in like every team. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool's second best defender. I'd say Van Dijk is better, but yeah, he's got an offensive threat. There's something there, so he can score. Liverpool keep a fair bit of clean sheets, so his scoring should be somewhat consistent. Compared to last year, I could only really see it going up. Looking at last year, 160 points on the season, really should go up. He only had 8 assists, whereas the year before he had 15. So it's almost double what he had in 2019. Hopefully that goes up. But yeah, I think this is really one of the safest picks in defense. There's a reason why he's so expensive. So yeah, made sure safe pick. Don't overthink it. Just select him. And Norwich should be an easy game for him anyway. Next, a Man City player. Of course, I had to fit one in, but there is actually a good reason for him to be here. I think Man City, I think they had the most clean sheets last year. I think it was by a fair bit as well. I don't think it was really all that close. Yeah, so he'll get all the points from the clean sheet. I think Diaz has slightly better job security. Over who comes back, because apparently Laporte, Pep wants to get him out of there. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. Maybe they want to get rid of him to free up the money to 100% get Kane. We'll see. But yeah, I think Man City as a team are very consistent defensively. Diaz is coming off a season where he just scored 142. I do think that will drop a little bit, but not too much. Clean sheets, 17 last year. I think this is a pretty good pick. I think one Man City defender should be sort of a lock in every team, but it's possible that they struggle. Their first game is against Spurs, but they haven't got Kane, so they're missing the guy who just won the Golden Boot. So yeah, and then after that they got Norwich, Arsenal, Leicester, Southampton. It's a bit easier. So yeah, I like this pick. Next, we have someone that I didn't initially think of, but then I saw a lot of teams were picking him. I was like, you know what? I think I might hop on this bandwagon. It's Luke Shaw, Man United player. 124 points last year, only 5 assists, not really all that much of a threat offensively. But Man United play a good style. Their clean sheets aren't as good as Man City, but it's pretty good in their own right. De Gea, a year or two ago, was the best goalkeeper at least in the Premier League. There's an argument for it in the world, but let's just say in the Premier League. Their goals conceded, it's weird because sometimes it's high. Hopefully it can stay a bit lower. It's kind of the value to this pick. Only 5.5 for a guy that plays on a good team and a good defensive scheme. Hopefully it pays off selecting him. Next, we have one of the real curveballs here. We have someone whose first name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce because I will get it wrong. His surname, though, I think is Simicas, along those lines. I haven't ever heard it said. I haven't watched a single second of this guy on the pitch. But Liverpool, another Liverpool defender. They're really good at defending. Hopefully he plays. It's between him and Ben White, who I'm going to put in this fourth defender role. I really think I could work on the bench, but we'll get to that in a minute. None of this team is 100% locked in. This is just kind of what I've been going for this week. Yeah, hopefully he plays. If he does, I think he'll score all right, just being in the Liverpool system. I wish there was more to say, but there's not really all that much I know about this guy. It's 4 million basement price. Surely goes up if he plays, or almost definitely goes up if he plays. I think this is an alright pick if you're struggling for a bench spot or for that fourth defender if you need to field someone. Alright, now we're into the cream of the crop, the midfielders, where pretty much everyone's points are going to be coming from. There's the big guy, the big Liverpool player. That's 3 Liverpool players in this team. You really wouldn't think I'm a Man City fan, but Mohamed Salah, I think he's pretty much as much of a lock as you can get in this. It'd be like the equivalent to 2022 Jack Steele. I think he's a lock in every Supercoach team, and Salah's a lock in every fantasy Premier League team. He always starts the season good. Last year, I think he had a hat trick in the first couple of games. I'm not too sure, but I do think that was the case. Last year he had 4 less assists, not too much lower. The year before he had 10. Last year he had 6. Goal scores, we're looking at 22 goals, not too bad. 11 clean sheets, so he's getting that bonus. And he's someone that is likely to play all the minutes out on the pitch, so he'll get the 90-minute bonus, he'll get the bonus points. Captain option pretty much every week, plus the easy run, like I said, for Liverpool. I think this is a no-brainer. I think you have to have him in the team. So far, I've got him captain for Game Week 1. Probably captain for Game Week 2 against... I can't remember who it is now, but yeah, whoever it is there. And then Game Week 3 is, I believe, the game against Chelsea, which I'm not completely set on captain or whatever. I'm not too sure on making him captain for that game, but we'll see. All around, a great pick though. Next we have, I will be 100% honest here, I didn't know who this guy was. Like I said, being in Australia, it's pretty hard to watch Premier League games. I think we can all agree on that as Australians. They're on at weird times here, and they're just not on TV, whereas AFL footy is, and American football, the NFL is. I don't know why Premier League isn't, or isn't more regularly. But yeah, this is Rafael Diaz Baloli Rafinha. Plays for Leeds, a team that already I don't watch much. I think I play as them more in FIFA than I do watch them. But yeah, he's coming off a good season. 133 points. He's pretty cheap at 6.5 mil. 6 goals, 10 assists, 9 clean sheets, which is a little low. And his minutes played is a little bit lower than what I'd like. But at his price, I think this is a pretty good bargain. Rounds out the team pretty good. And it's a player from a team that I'm not full of in the team. It spreads it out. I'm not getting all the points from one game or no points from no games. It spreads it out, which that's how I like to do it. Next, we have a pick that has been kind of in and out in my team. The next 2 have been sort of in and out. That's Heung-min Son, or just Son from Tottenham. obviously he's good. I want to say his breakout season was last year, but he's always been pretty good. 17 goals, 11 assists, over 3,000 minutes played, which means he's running out these games. It's helpful. At 10 million though, that's where I'm not 100% sold yet, because if I lower that, I can bring in a bit better striker. As you can see, the strikers I've got aren't the best, but I think they'll do the job, so I can have someone like this in the team. If Kane leaves, I think Son is a must, because the offense will be just everything goes for him. But yeah, as of recording, we don't know that yet. Could be going to Man City, might not be. Either way, I like him in the team. The next player, the final player in the midfield, is Bruno Fernandez. There's a couple of other names in there, but I'm not going to bother. He had a really good season last year. 18 goals, 14 assists, 13 clean sheets, over 3,000 minutes played, 244 score. Yeah, this is perfect. The only thing is he's 12 million, so he's a fair bit of money. For a long time he wasn't in the team, but I think just how Man United play, you kind of have to have him in. He's just going to be too offensively dominant for fantasy. Like, he's just going to rack up all the bonus points from assists and from goals and stuff like that. I didn't keep up with preseason all that much, only reading little bits and pieces as I was making the team. But I heard that he's not taking certain free kicks and he's not taking penalties. One of the two, don't quote me on it, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that could be a risk. Like I said, this team isn't set in stone yet. As I'm recording this, the games are on at 5 a.m. tomorrow, so there's still a fair bit of time to change it. But yeah, I do like this pick. I think Man United players are just overall good to have because of their popularity. So if they burn you, they burn a lot of other people. Plus he's just fun to watch. It adds a little bit extra to watching the games if you're watching someone that's fun, and it's important for fantasy. Next, we have the makeshift, the money I had left forward line. So we got number 1, Ivan Toney. I don't know how you pronounce the first name. Brentford player. He's a striker that will play. And he's cheap. 6.5 mil. He'll play up front in almost all games they play. If they score, it's likely it's him that scores. So I'm kind of all for this pick, actually. I think 6.5, you could make room for that no matter what your format is for a team. And at that price, I don't believe there were too many other people I liked. I'd bring it up now, but it's a whole process. I like this pick. But if I was to, say, drop Son or drop Fernandez, I would probably go first to upgrade Toney. That's just the way the money works out. That he's kind of the player I got locked into. Kind of want to go up to Calvert-Lewin, but he's 8 million, didn't have that much in the bank. It is what it is. But either way, I think he's a pretty good player from a team that's... They're going to score. No team's ever gone scoreless forever. I remember the season that Crystal Palace didn't score for what felt like forever, but they did end up scoring. So yeah, 6.5 mil, I reckon it's worth taking the chance. The final forward to complete the on-field team is Michael, I think it's Michael Antonio. This is a big guy. When I was looking up the pictures, which you probably see above, this is a big guy. I was surprised at how big he was. But yeah, West Ham, they've never been terrible. They've never been great. They've just been mediocre, which isn't the best. But he's coming off back-to-back seasons where he scored 10 goals, had one season with 5 assists, one season with 4 assists. Good minutes on the pitch. I think that this is just a good pick. 7.5 mil, again, fits into every team. If you want to go with premium strikers, I'd still think you put Antonio in. You go with, say, you want Harry Kane. Say you want him. You would run him and Antonio. That's how I'd do it. But of course, to each their own. But yeah, I think Antonio is pretty good, and West Ham will probably do the same as they've done in every season. They'll fight for Europa League, maybe make it, and offer a challenge to some teams. Now the bench, like I said before, we've got Ben White here from Arsenal. Surely he plays. Like, from everywhere, all the sources I've seen, all the YouTube videos I've watched, they've all been like, yeah, he should play. Like, give him the wink, yeah, he's good. If he does, I think he'll be fine. Like, what is he, 4.5? Yeah. 3,000 minutes played last year. 12 clean sheets. There's no real offensive threat there. He didn't score a goal or register an assist, so that's a little bit scary. I do like my offensive threat defenders, but it is what it is. If Arsenal win, keep a clean sheet, he will get his points, which honestly, that's all I worry about. And the next two players could kind of just put into one. Gibbs White should play for Wolves. We'll see. I'm not too sure on this pick. I'm not really that sold. It's just 4.5 mil, and I'm not too sure on the alternatives at that same price. So that's why I did want to drop, say, Fernandez or Son, one of the others, and just upgrade this to say someone about 5 mil, 5.5. I think Mason Mount is like 6 mil. I wouldn't mind that on the bench. But yeah, I'm not too sure on if this stays. It probably should, but we'll see. And then the final one is Michael Obafemi. I hope I pronounced that right first try. Obafemi? Yeah, that's the only pronunciation I can work out. Again, I don't know this guy. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch that much. I do watch it when I can. But Southampton, I'm not going out of my way to watch a Southampton game. 4 points last year, not great. 57 minutes played, not great. The year before, 45 points, still not great. And only 655 minutes. Again, not great. But he's pretty much basement price, 4.5. For someone that plays, could score, I think you do with this. Obafemi's got to be one of the most popular basement price picks. But yeah, I think it'll work out. It'll work out just to be a bench option that eventually turns into a mid-priced forward. We'll see how that goes though. It's only game week 1. If you make a mistake this week, you still can fix it. That's what I like about this over Supercoach. It feels like it's impossible to fix a bad starting team on Supercoach without just burning through trades, and you can't do anything for the season. I wish the Supercoach would implement the free hit or something like that. Yeah, some system where you can perhaps make a third trade, but a third trade in weeks that you can't usually. But that's the team. It seems all right to me. Again, I'm not an expert on. I call it soccer just because I watch 2 other forms of football. So I call it soccer. I know it's football. Don't get mad. I know it's football. So yeah, this kind of a normie team, but we'll see how it goes this year. So until next week, when I'll review the team and how they went, changes that I need to make. That would be it for this video. Tasty out.